Good morning, welcome back to the channel. It's a bike ride today in the water park. It is raining, and then I'm going to finish off the video by answering a few questions from people on Facebook, people who've messaged me and asked me a few questions over the last week or so since I put a post up. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm just going to go and get on the bike now, but yeah, it's a little bit rainy, a little bit grizzly. Nothing too bad though, hey? Let's get on with it. I'm about a mile into the ride. It's got a slight hurdle here in that the road's completely flooded, so I'm going to be turning around. I'll just show you how badly the road is flooded, but definitely not going to be able to ride through it. Don't know how well you can see. Let me ride forward so you can see just how flooded it is. As you can see, it's very flooded there for probably a couple hundred meters, so yeah, I'm going to be turning around and finding a different route. No dramas. Our place there is quite a regular area where you get flooding, so half expect it to be like that, but that's worse than I've seen it before. Definitely not a good decision if I were to try and ride through that. So, and with it only being an hour's ride, I can easily find another route. So yeah, just turn around and head back the way I came and find a different road to get on, one which I know won't be so flooded. So yeah, no dramas at all. Little bit of, shall we say, sightseeing done, seeing the river. Just back on the road now and heading back. I'm on this nice little lane, which will then take me back to a main road, and that road will take me back to where the car is. Yeah, it might come to an hour and 5 minutes maybe, which is nice. Don't feel too bad, coughing up loads, but it's one of those things, no big issue. So we back home in the warm, get some good food into me, get ready for another big ride on Saturday. But I'm at a stage now, I just love cycling. I love the places it's taking me in terms of, let me just take this out, in terms of like, I can just go and see the world and go and just, you know, you just can't do this on a run. Oh, well, certainly not I can, because I can't run fast enough to go and see enough places. But you come out on a bike, so little stress on the body, and you can just go and see whatever the hell you want. You might have noticed I've actually got a headphone in today. Just the first time I've actually rode with headphones. It just, overall, just cycling just is, even though the weather's not great, it's just such a nice thing to do, and such a nice way to spend a day off, regardless of the fact that it's getting you fit as well and helping my training. But yeah, loving cycling, loving everything right now. Can't wait to feel 100% and get back to completely bossing each workout and feeling 100%, but we're nearly there. Tell you one thing that does happen with cycling though. How can a piece of road have a headwind when you're going in a certain way, and then you ride back down there 10-15 minutes later, the same piece of road, and there's a headwind again going the other way? How? I was looking forward to this piece of road, thinking there's going to be a nice tailwind, downhill, view of a couple of lakes, but it's not happened. Somehow, baffles me. bike ride is done for today. Glad to get that done. I wasn't feeling 100% about it beforehand just because of the weather. Still feeling a little bit down with the illness. I need to shut up about that and stop mentioning it, don't I? Yeah, so I wasn't totally feeling up for this session, and you get the ones like that. You get the ones where it's all sunshine and rainbows, to quote Rocky Balboa, and then you get the ones which aren't so much, and those are the ones which you have to make count, and you have to make sure that they get done. Obviously anyone can go and do an hour's bike ride when they really feel up for it, but when you don't feel up for it, that's the ones that matters. So yeah, I'm happy to get that done. I'll give you the figures. It was 1 hour and 2 minutes and 57 seconds, so 1 hour and 3 minutes basically, and I did 11.2 miles, so it's about 10.7 miles per hour. You know, given the circumstances of the weather and everything, I don't think that the miles per hour average is too bad. That's fairly normal for me, really. And yeah, I need to push that up to somewhere about 14, 15 miles an hour by the summer. For when I do the Cotswold Classic, I need to be able to do that bike ride in about 4 hours, I feel, to give myself a chance of making the cut-off time, which there's loads of time. I'm sure I can do that. It's only yeah, it's what 30-40% on top of what I'm at the moment, and given that I should hopefully be 2 or 3 stone lighter by then as well, I'm sure I'll be able to do that. So yeah, it's all going well. It's all going very well. You know, nothing to be worried about. Need to keep working on the swim, because that's what's the word, stagnated, I think that's the right word, stayed still recently in terms of progress. So yeah, I just want to keep working at that really, and trying to get that back to where I feel it should be. Anyway, I am going to get home, get warm, because I am freezing, muddy, and in need of something to eat. So I'm going to get home and get that sorted, and then I am going to start answering the questions from people on Facebook who have asked me some questions. Right. What's going on, guys? It's now the next day, and I'm just going to answer the questions now. I decided to leave it overnight, excuse me, just to give everyone a chance to get all their questions in. Had a really great response to the post I put out asking for questions. I think I had over 20 questions. I've sort of narrowed it down to about 8, which they're not necessarily the 8 best. They're the sort of 8 that sort of cover a bit of everything that people were asking. But if there's anything anyone else wants to know, then I'll go back and answer them, you know, just by messaging the person. So right, I'm going to try and keep this fairly short, because I know the video is about 12 minutes long already without this. First question is from Sarah Hooper, and she asks, swim, run or bike, or swim, bike and run, to put it in the right order. Depends whether you're asking what I'm best at or what is my favourite. Right now, cycling is my favourite to do. But probably my best is still swimming, in terms of, if you look at, I may not be the fastest, but if you look at in terms of like which I'm most likely to be able to finish tomorrow, if you were to put me into like a half Ironman swim tomorrow, I'd be able to do it. I know I would, whereas I probably wouldn't be able to do the bike or the run yet. So I'd probably have to say that that's my best, but cycling is my favourite, and it's the one which is improving the quickest as well. Running sort of going like that very slowly, whereas cycling sort of taking big steps forward. So yeah, all right, that's the first question. Second question, Gavin Davies, do you use Strava? I actually haven't until today. When I saw this question, I decided that I would go and do it. I don't know why I hadn't done it before really, but yeah, I've now set it up. So I don't know if you have a username or if just a case of looking for my name, but I've got it, and it's linked up to my Facebook now, so you should be able to find me. Just search for Sam Beard and you'll find it. Okay, next question. Ash Winters, he's actually asked a couple, so I'll answer the first one. Let me just turn this that way a little bit. The first question is, why the Cotswold Classic as my A race this year, as opposed to an Ironman branded race such as Staffordshire or Weymouth? So really it came down to money. Staffordshire and Weymouth are both £200-300 to enter, whereas the Classic was 50 quid. And the fact that I wanted to do a good, like quite a popular Olympic distance, as well as the half Ironman race this year, which is I'm doing in Windsor, the Royal Windsor Triathlon, which I know is a big one. Because of all that, I've spent on hotels for races and races already, even though I've only signed up for 2. I spent probably about 500 quid, so it's expensive. So I just decided that I would do one which is local, one which is a lake swim. The roads are roads that I know and I've already started riding on them, but I will ride the route loads of times for the race, for the bike race, the bike route that I'll be doing on the race day. So basically it's just a case of it was the easiest one because it's such a jump from what anything I've done. It's being close, being I can train on it, being cheaper, being a lake. It just seems right, as well as it being a really popular race and a flat one as well. Where obviously Weymouth is a sea swim, which is maybe not ideal for your first one. Don't know how you're going to react to the sea, swimming in the sea especially, and also with Weymouth the last 2 or 3 years the swim's been shortened or cancelled. Don't want to get to my first half Ironman and have the potential of that. And Staffordshire I know is a really tough course, and also with it being like Staffordshire's like June, it wouldn't have given me very long to train for it at all. So yeah, it all worked out well doing the classic in August, so I went with that one. But Staffordshire next year maybe, Weymouth next year maybe, who knows. Ash's second question then was about nutrition, food prep tips. Do I count calories and do I have treat days? So I'll answer that. There's sort of 3 questions in there together. Food prep tips, I actually don't really prep my food because I work in a kitchen, I'm a chef. Obviously the food's around me, I take food in with me and then just eat what I've got there. So normally I won't prep lunch. I tend to have a sandwich or a salad for lunch if I'm trying to be really good, which I'll just take in a bit of chicken for and have a bit of coleslaw, a bit of salad, whatever. So I don't really prep that. And evening food, chicken or some sort of protein, and then normally buy like an Uncle Ben's rice or something like that if I'm at work, just to be nice and quick. So yeah, I don't really prep my food a lot, but I know that there's a lot of people who work obviously don't work in a kitchen and don't do that. So and I did once. I did work in a place where I wasn't necessarily in a kitchen, so I used to make up pasta salads and rice salads and things, which you can make up not necessarily for a whole 5-day week, but you can make up for a good 3 or 4 days. So just make it twice a week, and that's handy and really nice and tasty. So yeah, so those sort of things are good for lunch, and you can have them for tea as well if you wanted to. And I used to just have them cold, just pasta, rice with peppers, chicken, onions, whatever in there, bit of spice, bit of mayonnaise maybe if it was a pasta salad, and yeah, something like that really. But like I said, I don't really prep my food at the moment because I'm always in the kitchen. So yeah, second question is, do you count calories? I used to do it religiously on MyFitnessPal, but I found that I was just getting addicted to it. Not addicted, that's not the right term, but just focusing on every little calorie, and I just wanted to feel like I was doing it my own way and like I was in control of it, not that an app was telling me what to do. So I stopped counting calories and just sort of counting them up in my head really. So I just sort of I know roughly what I'm eating. I know somewhere in the region of what I'm hitting each day, which I tend to aim for about 2,000, maybe a bit more if I've had a big training session or if I've got a big training session coming up. So yeah, in my head basically. Are treat days allowed? Treat days, not as such. Treat meals or cheat meals, definitely. Mine would tend to be a pizza, which I'll have sort of maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. And I, again, just be sensible with it in terms of obviously a cheat day is a whole, you're going to have a cheat day and have 3 meals of whatever you want. You're probably talking 4,000 or 5,000 calories depending on what your cheat meal is, what your cheat meals are. So a cheat day is just not an option. A cheat meal though, you can go and get a regular pizza for a couple of 1,000 calories, and as long as you then don't go for a large one, don't go for loads of sides and things like that you're going to get with it, and just be sensible for the rest of the day as well. Maybe have a lighter lunch, so rather than the sandwich I would have had, I'd have a salad, so it brings down the calories more, and then I could probably still keep it to lower than 3,000 or maybe maximum 3,500 calories, which isn't too bad, especially with training and stuff. I won't put on weight with doing that. So yeah, basically I don't have cheat days, I have cheat meals and plan for them. Right, next question, I'm going to fire through them because I know how quickly, how long this video is going to come through. Right, Alex Burton, have you thought about what you're going to do after your first Ironman? No, I haven't. First Ironman is not even on my mind yet. You know, more fully focused on the 2 races I have this year, being the Royal Windsor Olympic distance and the Cotswold Classic half Ironman distance. So once those are done, I'll start thinking about the Ironman and have that in my mind. Obviously, Ironman's on my mind, but not in terms of like, you know, training for it, because I'm not at that stage yet. I always think about, you know, finishing an Ironman and running down the red carpet, and yeah, that's always on my mind. But it's not something I have to think about every day and how I'm training for it, etc. So after the Ironman, who knows, maybe do another one depending on how it goes, maybe do an ultra marathon. I'm certainly going to make sure I keep on it and keep going, with the way you just can't have a break and take a few months off or whatever. It's straight into something else, and it will be like that, but don't know what it is. Last question, Dave Caldwell, have you considered being, or are you already a mentor to someone else who's faced similar challenges? It would be good for both of you. You'd be a role model for them and even more drive for you if that's possible. So I don't mentor anybody. It's not something I've really thought about, but what I would say is I do get a lot of messages from people who maybe ask a bit of advice about how I do my dieting and stuff, and I'm always happy to help people out and give them a bit of advice in terms of what I do. So yeah, I do always answer those questions, and I get maybe once every week or so from somebody asking a little bit of advice about losing weight and stuff. So always open to people asking, but I don't know whether you maybe mean something like in terms of like a job, whether I'm going to do that. Not right now. I wouldn't be in a situation to just actually start doing that like as a business, to help people lose weight, like a personal trainer sort of thing, or an online coach. I'm nowhere near that yet. Maybe one day, but yeah, always open for people to give people the advice, personally in my private messages or on my posts, whatever. Always open to help people out. So yeah, just message me really if there's anyone who wants to do that. Right, that's it. That's all the questions done. Apologies it's such a long video, and well done if you're still here after 23 minutes. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I will probably do another Q&A in a few months time, maybe just after the Olympic distance, or in the build up to the half Ironman, or after maybe. But yeah, thanks guys for watching the video. Appreciate all the support, and see you in the next one. Bye.